Everybody, we are back for our Friday live stream, our public Friday live stream. I'm going to be doing some drawings at the animation desk. I've been doing this for a while. Been having some fun doing it. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Oh, did it freeze? Hold on. Nope, okay, we're good.
I'm going to start off with drawing some Disney. Do my Nala.
Disney.
Yeah, I'm going to start with that. People like Nala. So I thought I'd do a little Nala for you.
Yeah, so while people are coming on here, I'll let people know that in case you don't know, Aaron has been drawing these original drawings, and we've been posting them for sale at creatureartteacher.com/originals, and they've been going extremely fast. So
I figured I'll keep drawing as long as you supply, I'll keep going as long as you guys keep being interested in it.
Yep. So the drawings he does today will be up by 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you're interested in getting an Aaron Blaise original, there's still time to get them before the holidays. So
Nice.
And at the same time, I thought maybe I'd show you how I did paper animation back in the day when we did paper animation. No one does paper animation anymore.
we just finished up our members only stream this morning. We had a great time over there. In a little bit, we'll show you the drawings that Aaron did during that. They came out great.
Yeah, if you want to join our members only stream, then go on over to creatureartteacher.com and become a member.
Yeah, we've got memberships on sale for the holidays, and in fact, we've got our lifetime membership plan is back for a limited time, which is a one-time fee, and it gets you access to everything on the website forever.
Everything?
Yep, it's part of the 2 biggest deals of all time at creatureartteacher.com. We've also got our animation mega bundle on sale, which gets you $500 worth of courses for less than $50. And that is 95% of the way towards unlocking its next course. So that's one of those deals where the more people purchase it, the more we add to it.
That's huge, folks. Absolutely huge.
So for those of you that are wondering why I'm drawing this cat, this is Nala from The Lion King. And I was with Disney for 21 years. And while I was there, I was lucky enough to have worked on the original Lion King, where I created Nala. So I thought I would draw Nala today.
Facebook question, was Linda Hunt originally hired to voice Tiana in Brother Bear?
Tanana.
Tanana,
And
sorry.
yes, she was. But the executives felt like she sounded too much like Grandma Willow, which makes sense because she played Grandma Willow. But we recorded with her several sessions, and I loved her. She was so nice, and I just really... We ended up with Joan Copeland, who was equally wonderful and sweet and nice. And Joan Copeland was a big Broadway star.
Yeah, I was going to say Tiana has such a great voice, it's hard for me to imagine anybody else, but...
Yeah.
Twitch request. Could you please draw Raja today? I missed the original of him from the other day, and I'd love a chance to get one.
Sure, I'll do Raja. Another character that I created and animated. And I say created loosely. Obviously, these characters are created first in the script. So the writers create the characters. I visually created them.
Twitch question, is it true that the bulk of the Lion King animators were junior as the studio didn't believe in the film?
No, that's not true. It is a big rumor. But no, that's not true at all. Matter of fact, two of the most senior animators in the entire studio were on the film. Andreas Deja and Mark Henn. And we also had Tony Fucelli, who did Mufasa. I mean, these guys are #1 guys, and so
Aaron had already animated the Beast.
Yeah, it was an equal kind of distribution between the two films. But yeah, a lot of people, and this is where the rumor got started. Glenn Keane was the top animator at Disney at the time, and he really got a lot of, and for good reason. Glenn is a wonderful animator, and really, did a lot for the studio. And he was really kind of the face of Walt Disney Feature Animation at the time. And so he went on to Pocahontas early to start developing. He helped storyboard it, but he also started developing the character of Pocahontas and that. And so when everyone saw that he went on to Pocahontas, they went, "Oh, that must be the movie to go on to." And so a lot of the artists wanted to go on to Pocahontas. Turns out I was lucky. I actually worked on both. I worked on The Lion King, and then when I was done, went over and I animated the character of Pocahontas with Glenn, matter of fact. And so that's how the rumor got started. And then, and it just kind of stuck. But the reality was, it was an equal distribution of artists, and a lot of the same artists worked on both films.
Niles on TikTok wants to know, have you ever talked to Phil Collins?
I worked very closely with Phil Collins. Yes. Matter of fact, Phil would call me at my home when he would write new lyrics for Brother Bear. When I directed Brother Bear, he was our songwriter, and so when he would come up with new lyrics, he would call either myself or Chuck Williams, our producer, and he would run the lyrics by us. And we also had a video conferencing system set up in his home in Geneva in his studio, and we had one set up in our conference room at Disney. So any time of the week we could just get together and talk story. We treated Phil as a story, person, because you want the songs to advance the story. You don't want the film just to kind of die. And so that's what we did with him. And matter of fact, I remember bringing the kids into work one day. Bring your kids to work day, and Dustin, who's sitting here with us, got to meet Phil on the video conferencing.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
YouTube question.
I've been a little confused on drawing with the shoulder. Am I supposed to use my shoulder all the time or just most of the time?
Yeah, just most of the time. Just whenever, if you're doing super tight detail, obviously it's a little tougher to draw from your shoulder. But when you're doing the broad stuff, I like to draw, you'll see me draw like this. Try to keep my wrist somewhat stiff.
YouTube question. Happy to see the Friday live streams coming back. Any chance you can draw an English setter today?
An English setter? I can try.
Maybe I can find some reference.
Yeah, we need some reference. And we'd have to print it out.
When you go to Future Art Teacher, how do you know what each course is about? Are there descriptions?
Just go to the website and check it out.
Yeah, right at the top of the website.
Every course has a description on it.
Yeah, there's a course and a description, and then there's, they're organized at the top. So they're organized by animation courses or storyboarding courses. There's animal drawing courses. Speaking of which, for those people just joining us, today is the first day of our 12 Days of Christmas sale at CreatureArtTeacher.com. We've got one of our biggest sales of the year where all of our animation courses, our animal drawing courses are $5 or less, including how to draw horses, which is just $1, which is its lowest price ever. And in that $5 or less, you get, there's how to draw bears, there's how to draw big cats, there's how to draw wolves, coyotes, and foxes is just $5. And for the lowest price ever, you can get how to draw birds of prey for $5. That's a 55-hour course for only $5.
Yeah, and the other courses are, at least 20 hours a piece. So you're not just getting a little lecture for your money. I always spend about 2 months on average putting these courses together. And I really want you to get your money's worth and make sure that they're really thorough. I want to get as much into the, packed in there, information packed in there as I possibly can.
Corey says, thanks for having the storyboard courses on there. It's been so helpful as I go into a new career.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, storyboarding is so popular. So we try to get multiple people to teach the discipline of storyboarding so that you get different viewpoints as well.
Bam from TikTok says, is there a career in today's world for traditional animation?
Yeah, there is. It's not as big as it was in the 90s, but there definitely is. You know, there's commercial work. There's still
Television
feature work in Europe. There's a lot of stuff going on. You just got to get out there and find it.
What pencil are you using? You're so good at what you do, Valley.
I am using a Mitsubishi Hi-Uni 10B pencil. So here, I'm going to flip back and forth. You can see Nala coming forward. And what I'm trying to do too, because I want you to see, you know, the way I think about these drawings three-dimensionally. So like, for instance, that head is tilting. See how she's tilting up and she's stepping forward.
Azumia on YouTube asked, what character are you drawing, Aaron? This is Nala from The Lion King. Aaron designed and animated young Nala in The Lion King.
Yes. So yeah, I designed and animated Nala. This is Nala. And
What's your favorite thing to draw?
I love drawing big cats. I love drawing just any, you know, big dramatic animals, bears and elephants and, you know, African wildlife, big North American game.
Twitch question. I get stuck sometimes when I draw character faces. They can sometimes feel flat or constrained to my construction lines and therefore lack depth and appeal. Do you have any tips on keeping depth and volume in mind when in the construction phase of a sketch?
Yes, it's, you know, be aware of your perspective. That's a big part of it. Perspective plays a big role. So perspective includes like what I'm doing here where I'm changing the tilt of the head. That's all perspective. You know, making sure that everything's in line with other parts. All of those things are perspective-driven notions.
600 people on TikTok right now. Thank you so much for the likes and shares.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, if you want to follow Aaron on our other social media platforms like TikTok or Instagram, it's Aaron Blaze Art.
Blaze, B-L-A-I-S-E.
And I'll post it in the chat. Edna Carmen says, yay, I finally get to see a live stream.
Yay!
Yay!
Happy to have you.
Now you know for sure it's live, Edna.
Question from YouTube. You worked for Disney?
I did. I was with Disney for 21 years. Or 22 years, actually, if you count when I trained. So from 1988 until 2010, I worked for Disney. So I worked on The Rescuers Down Under. I worked on Beauty and the Beast. And I worked on Aladdin and The Lion King. Like I'm doing now, I'm doing Nala from The Lion King. And then I worked on Pocahontas. And then Mulan. And then I co-directed Brother Bear.
Why do you erase so much?
I'm erasing to get rid of my construction lines.
Yeah, we'll have to give Vedanta a mic for the other streams because people are like, I can hear that she's there, but I can't hear her.
Oh, noise, move.
No, you're fine.
No, you're good.
Move behind you.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're,
we
you're
can just
good.
do it in the future.
Yeah.
No, that's not sitting there is not going to help for them.
Oh, okay.
So no, you're good.
Do you own the rights of characters that you drew for Disney?
I don't. So technically, what I'm doing now, Disney, this is Disney stuff. I'm drawing Disney characters.
A lot of times he draws original characters on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, and that's my preference. But I know people really respond to the characters that they grew up with and fell in love with, which is why I like to draw them for folks. But I like to draw my own characters as well. I just finished a film called Snow Bear, which is an animated short, an 11-minute film about a polar bear, a lonely polar bear living in the Arctic who's trying to make friends, but he can't make friends. They're all scared of him, and so he decides to make a snow bear to keep himself company. And so that's a character that I love to draw for folks.
Where can we see Snow Bear?
Snow Bear is going to be going on tour. We're going to be hitting various film festivals around the country and Europe this coming year. And on top of all that, Nick and I are going to be doing a road show in both the United States and Europe, where we're going to be showing the film. I'm going to be doing some demonstrations and basically talk about its making, how we made it. And you just got to, we'll make sure that we let everybody know when and where we're going to be. And then later in the year, we'll be streaming it.
When animating on paper, how do you get timing properly?
Well, the timing comes with experience. You get it in your head. And then a lot of times what we'll do is we'll shoot it, and we can fine tune the timing after we shoot it. You can control how long you expose drawings for. And so then you can go in and add the in-betweens, the drawings that smooth out the action. You can add those in later, according to the timing that you come up with.
Can you draw us an original character besides Snow Bear today?
Oh, yeah. I did. Can you hand me
I
those?
was just going to say, in fact, we did a bunch earlier
Yeah, here's some that I did earlier.
on the member stream.
Yeah, this is the member stream. I did this guy, this lion character, and I did this leopard character. And I warmed up drawing this dog. We went to the dog park. I'm doing a course on how to draw animals from life. And Dustin and I went to the dog park yesterday and videotaped this beautiful Doberman running around. And so I did a little warm-up sketch drawing the Doberman. The Doberman.
Was Robin Williams a part of the animation of Genie, or was he already animated before?
So Robin Williams was recorded first. So the process is the script is written, and then once things get approved, then they'll go out and they'll record the voice from the actor, and then the animators record according to animate according to what's been recorded. So here you go. So there's two key poses right there. Here she comes. She's coming in, coming forward. And so here what I want to do is I want to describe the action a little bit. So I'm going to have her kind of come down this way. And I'm doing an in-between drawing. So you're going to see her kind of come around and come up.
There are over 800 people on TikTok.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. So here what I want to do is I want to bring her head down a little bit actually.
I'm 30 years old. Do you think I can still learn to draw and build a career?
Yes. 30, come on. That's still young. If I could be 30 again, oh.
Speaking of rumors about the Lion King, I'm going to read this question and then we can debunk it. Did you know that back in the day, the Lion King was a ripoff of another idea?
No, it wasn't.
No hate here. Lion King is my all-time favorite. Just curious what the sentiment was inside Disney.
No, it wasn't a ripoff from Kimba. Everybody says it's a ripoff from Kimba, the White Lion. It wasn't.
The stories are totally different.
Yeah, they are, and it's like there are similar environments and similar worlds, and so you're going to end up with similar, just similar story points, just because of something like that. It's sort of like Surf's Up and Happy Feet. There's going to be
Or Bugs Life Ant.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the same movie.
Ants is such a ripoff from Bug's Life.
Actually, Ants came out first.
It did.
Have you ever drawn any of the other lionesses from The Lion King?
Well, I did Serafina because that's Nala's mother.
You animated her too, right?
I did, yeah.
Did you often get paper cuts from flipping through the pages?
Yes, I've gotten thousands of paper cuts.
In fact, you got one last week, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Right in the webbing, right my duck webs.
These just shot up to 1,200 people on TikTok.
Hey,
Hey, TikTok. Beat Linked on YouTube asks, "Hey Aaron, I just wanted to say thank you so much for creating Brother Bear. I have a Kenai tattoo on my arm. Will you ever have any Kenai sketches for sale on your website?"
oh, well, never say never.
I mean, you haven't done any Brother Bear stuff yet.
I haven't. I'm so caught up in doing
Snow Bear.
Snow Bear.
What's the light table you use?
This is my desk from Disney. So this is my animation desk. I've worked on this desk for 30 some odd years. I've got a scratch board right here in the lower right. You can't see it, but it's down here in the lower right of my desk from the day that I started on The Lion King. I scratched in a lion into the desk itself. And but I've worked on Beauty and the Beast and like I said, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Mulan. All of them were done on this desk.
There's a desk tour on YouTube as well, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll post a link to the desk tour in the comments. Aaron, Joshua on YouTube wants to know, when was the last time you actually watched Brother Bear?
Oh my gosh.
No, like 2 months ago.
Was it?
Yeah, you and I watched it.
Did we watch the whole thing? Oh, 2 months ago.
Made a big impression, I can tell.
Yeah.
I remember you watched it with Stormy and why am I drawing a blank on Sanchay's
Avalon?
daughter? No, you watched it with Sanchay's kids.
Oh yeah.
Why does my brain not work anymore?
Probably for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any copyright issues when recreating Disney characters for sale?
Next question.
Yep. I attempted drawing yesterday for the first time, and I told myself that it's not for me, and I gave up. Why?
I don't know. You tell me. Why'd you give up?
What'd you do?
You're asking me why?
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell me. I'm not going to be able to tell you what's in your head.
Hassan
You
wants
shouldn't
to
have given up.
Hassan says, "Can you please tell Aaron that I love him?"
He just did. Thank you. I love you too.
How many drawings is made for a feature film?
All of them. On average, it's over 1 million drawings if you include development, art, storyboards, all of that. It's over 1 million pieces of art.
Because you're creating magic, it's like you're the Oracle, Aaron.
Another question. What non-Disney animated film has amazed or impressed you the most? Non-Disney animated.
Iron
Secret
Giant.
of Nim,
Iron
and then
Giant's pretty
Princess
amazing.
Mononoke.
Two of my favorites as well, but more recently for me would be, I think it was Klaus.
Oh yeah, Klaus. What's wrong with me?
Wolfwalkers.
Yeah, Wolfwalkers, Klaus. Yeah, anything out of Cartoon Saloon, anything out of Spa Studios. They're so good.
Thoughts on Akira?
I love Akira. Akira, as Dustin likes to say.
Akira.
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 All right, whatever.
Got it.
Got it, nerd.
Nerd.
How many drawings would you do a day at Disney?
It varied. You know, if I'm tying drawings down where I take a little more time, like this, I may get 30 done. If I'm doing really rough drawings, I could get 100 done.
What eraser was that?
This is a kneaded eraser. It's a gummy kind of thing where you erase with it.
You can shape it. Erasers.
And the reason I'm flipping, because I know this question is going to come up, the reason I'm flipping the paper is so I can see the movement. I want to see the movement between these poses.
How did Yao lose his eye?
He didn't lose his eye. It's a black eye.
Yeah, it's a swollen black eye.
Yeah, it's a swollen black eye. He got punched in the face because he likes to fight so much.
And there's nothing you girls can do about it.
Yeah, if you watch the film, his eye's purple, swollen shut.
Hilarious.
How many likes you got on there?
We have on TikTok there's 43,000 likes
All right, 50,000 likes. I'll pull out my Yao maquette.
and about 1,400 people.
So jam those likes because at how many?
1,500 people right now, and 47,000 likes. Yeah, they're climbing fast.
Yeah, once we hit 50,000 likes, I'm going to show you the Yao maquette.
Hit 50.
That was fast. So this is my maquette. This is the actual maquette from the film Mulan. And this is actually sculpted by Tony Cipriano, who has several courses on our website on sculpting, traditional sculpting, digital sculpting, all kinds of fun stuff. And so Tony did this. And the process for these is I would come up with a pose. I would draw the pose from different angles. I think I did about 7 or 8 poses or drawings for this, just showing the rotation of the character. Then I got together with Tony and he sculpted it and we would go back and forth. I'd give him notes, he'd refine it. And we ended up with the maquette. And then the maquette is used during the course of the film. I would use it for drawing aids to tilt it and turn it at different angles in case I have a difficult angle to draw. And all the animators would have one of these on their desks as a drawing aid. And so because I was the supervisor, the creator of the character, at the end of the film, I was able to keep my maquette. So this is the original maquette from Mulan of Yao. So
You're right. Just a second.
there he is.
Don't drop it.
So there you go.
YouTube question: Do I have to strictly follow the 7.5 heads technique and other rigid guidelines when learning anatomy and gesture?
No, because everybody's proportions are different. That's all average. When someone says 7.5 heads or 8 heads is another measurement, that's all just the average human being. Obviously, everyone's different. And so it's just a way to get you to kind of think about proportion. And that's what you got to think about and adhere to is just the correct proportions and proportions that are viable. Now, when we're drawing, characters like I'm doing here, or human characters, like Yao, for instance, Yao is only about 5 heads high because he's a pushed caricature. So it depends on what you're trying to do, but it is good to learn real world anatomy to then go ahead and apply it when you are doing caricatured work like character design, that sort of thing. You'll know where to break the rules.
In fact, we have a character design bundle on our website bundled with our human anatomy course because those were originally conceived as one course together. So you can buy those individually or you can buy them as a bundle. So
Kenai on TikTok because my parents named me after Kenai.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
What's your name?
It says Kenai with an L-Y at the end.
That's
Kenai.
super cool.
speaking of new courses, we've also got 2 brand new courses out. One from our very own Dustin Blaze, an introduction to wildlife photography. And we've got figure drawing for animation from Woody Woodman, which kind of goes back to what you were just talking about, Aaron, about proportions and what have you. And in that course, Woody teaches how to draw the human figure and draw a gesture, but not just for the purpose of the sake of drawing the figure, but then how you apply that to storytelling for animation, which is what you do. You draw people in poses
And
acting.
attitudes. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
And in
emoting.
and in Dustin's course, he takes you through everything of the basics of the camera, all the way through accessories, right on and out into the field, and then shooting wildlife photos, and then you go back into the studio, editing them live.
Yeah,
or editing.
and we also take a deep dive into the triangle of exposure and also composition and lighting. And so So that way you can know exactly how to frame your shots, know what settings to use for your camera, so you're not having to rely solely on the auto settings. You know, it's great for all levels of knowledge of photography.
Yep. And both of those courses are 50% off right now at Creature Art Teacher.
Teacher.com.
Or if you're an annual or lifetime member, they're included free with your membership.
Let's go
And-
to the computer triangle and get lost in the triangle. I'm sorry.
And going back to Maquette real quick, Stargirl was asking, Maquette is useful even though it's just one pose?
Yes, because you can get different angles of the body on it. It's always useful, yes. Keep an eye out for Manny, by the way, too, because Manny came on last week and was saying hi, and he got missed.
Was he on Facebook?
I don't know which. I think he was on Facebook. Yeah.
He's usually a Facebook guy.
Yeah.
What did you think of the animation on Arcane?
I love it.
Yeah. Dang.
I love it. So here are my 3 key poses for this shot of Nala. So she's up here, and she's coming forward, and you can see how she kind of goes over to the left a little bit and then comes up. And so then my next step is to go ahead and fill these drawings out. Add the in-between drawings that are going to smooth out the actions. So that's what I'm going to do next.
Did you take lessons?
No, I'm not self-taught. I took lessons. I went to college I trained as an illustrator. I took classes in drawing and painting, traditional figure drawing classes and painting classes. And then when I got my internship with Disney, I continued to train, and my entire career at Disney was learning. I had when you're working at Disney, you have the honor really of working with the best, I think some of the best artists in the world. And so every day was a learning experience for me.
When is the next hot chip challenge?
Never. I learned my lesson on that. I'm never doing that again.
I'm like, here, have some gamer.
Get away from me.
It was hot. It
was
super
hot.
That was my brainchild. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that challenge in the middle of summer.
Yeah, but then you were drawing on top of it. What are you looking for?
The air conditioner. I'm getting warm
Oh,
over there.
I can do it.
That's right. I got it.
Got a little warm just thinking about the challenge.
Yeah.
Again, for people just joining us, I want to let you know that we've got, today is day 1 of our 12 Days of Christmas sale over at CreatureArtTeacher.com. For 24 hours only, you can get all of our animal drawing courses for $5 or less. And these courses are huge, by the way. Some of them are 15, 20 hours. The Birds of Prey course for $5 is 55 hours long.
It's ridiculous.
And these are not just rentals. You get to keep these courses. They are your courses. So you can come back, download them whenever you want, rewatch them whenever you want. It really is, we try to keep it as the best value in art education. And if you continue to head over to CreatureArtTeacher.com between now and Christmas, we're going to have new deals every day for our 12 Days of Christmas sale. So we would encourage you to keep checking back to the site regularly. Speaking of great deals, if you don't know, if you join our newsletter now, between now and December 25th, you're going to get a free brand new class delivered to your inbox on the morning of December 25th. You can sign up by scanning the QR code on your screen, or you can go to creatureartteacher.com/news, join our newsletter, and you'll get a free course December 25th. And that is a new video. It's not one of the existing ones. And if
Nope, it's not just a free video that already exists. Exactly. It's a brand new video that I made specifically for that free giveaway.
Yep, and if you're already a member of our newsletter, don't worry, you'll get it automatically.
Kim says, may I ask why you don't work for Disney anymore?
I left Disney back in 2010. I had some big life changes that happened. I was married for 20 years, and I lost Dustin's mother and my wife. I lost her to cancer, and it really changed my life in a way that I wanted to figure my life out again. And so after a couple of years of kind of going through that, I decided it was time to go and kind of refind myself. And so that's what I did. And here we are, 14 years later, in a completely different career that I absolutely love, and kind of redefined and remarried. I've got my wonderful wife Vedanta here with us, and healed. And yeah, that's the big surprising reason I left, because I get that question a lot, and sometimes I kind of talk around it, and other times so there you go.
YouTube question. How can you practice maintaining volume while animating? It's the thing I struggle with the most.
Well, it's not necessarily practicing, but you just do it. So the way I do it is I'm constantly looking at my starting drawing. I'm looking at my drawing that I want to end up in, because I try to define those pretty quickly. And then I try to maintain the drawings in between. Now, if you're moving straight ahead, if you're doing, which is, a little bit more difficult to maintain consistency in your volumes. Straight ahead animation is basically just that. You're laying down, paper after paper after paper and just animating, one frame and then the next frame. And your drawings will tend to grow or shrink. And so you just have to be really disciplined about, every once in a while checking them and making sure that they're not growing and shrinking and you're maintaining correct volumes.
Who wants to know what you do for a living now?
You see it right now. We have our website, creatureartteacher.com, and I teach people around the world, literally around the world, how to draw, paint, animate, all of that. And it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done.
You just made your own short.
And I just made my own short, exactly. We're still filmmakers here, and so we just got done making Snow Bear, which is our brand new animated short, which is just literally just finished last month. And we're going to be sharing it with the world here in the next year or so.
A Twitch question, back on the animation topic for a second. I was wondering what's your approach when it comes to keyframing scenes with a lot of facial acting and dialogue. I've been struggling a lot with that because I feel like I need to redraw the mouths in my keyframes way too much.
No.
While adjusting the timings of the drawing.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. Actually, the last thing I do is mouth shapes. So what I do is I imagine the shot as a pantomime. And then, imagine, getting all the choreography, how your character is going to move, and imagine the face being on there, but don't actually animate it. Okay? And then you find your timing. Get your timing right. And then when it comes time to fill in your drawings, that's when you do the details of the mouth shapes. Really, when you're doing a shot that requires acting and your mouth shape, a character talking, the last detail really are the mouth shapes. It's the body language that really drives a lot of the information, expression, that sort of thing. So get those first. And once those are down and you get your timing right, then you can fill in the drawings and then do your mouth shapes. And then your mouth shapes, you won't have to go in and redo them.
Scan these drawings into your computer.
We photograph them. Or we have a scanner. We definitely have, we have a scanner that will scan them and it brings them in. TV Paint has the ability to take scanned drawings. And which is one of the softwares that I use. I also use Procreate Dreams. If you're on an iPad, I use Procreate Dreams, and I created an animated short on that called Dream, about a little penguin who dreams he can fly. And I did it all in Procreate Dreams, and I've got a course on the site as well on how to use it.
Also, I want to remind people, if you do join our newsletter, these images that Aaron is drawing today and the ones he did earlier will probably be for sale by tomorrow. And we always let the newsletter typically know first. So if you want your first chance to get these drawings, go to creatureartteacher.com youtube.com/news and sign up for our newsletter, and you might be able to own one of these Aaron Blaze original drawings.
How are we doing on the TikTok?
I'm B back over here. I am monitoring TikTok, so I can see everything you guys are chatting about.
Oh, is there?
No, they're fine. It's fine. Lots of questions. We still have almost 900 people, over 113,000 likes.
Well, let's get up to 150, and I'll pull out the Simba maquette, original Simba maquette from The Lion King.
Simba.
Do you think drawing on paper is something that just shouldn't even be done anymore?
No, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. Drawing on paper is wonderful. It's a wonderful medium.
Will you work on 2D animated features again?
I'm hoping to create my own 2D animated feature. As a matter of fact, we've got some feature ideas that we want to develop, and if by some stretch of the imagination we get to make them, then that's our goal.
Rocky asks, question, I have days where I feel like I cannot draw anything correctly, and then there are days where it seems like I don't have to try that hard. Is this a normal occurrence, and how do you overcome these days?
That is an absolute normal occurrence, and it'll never go away, because I still go through it. And the way you overcome it is the more you draw, the less days you'll have where it's difficult. So the more you do it, it's just like anything else. I always say that creativity, art, all of that is a muscle. And so when you work it, when you get stronger at it, and it becomes easier or less hard. It's never easy, right? And so you just got to do it a lot.
Also, you mentioned Snow Bear earlier. It's probably a good time to mention that the next opportunity for people to see Snow Bear will be this February in Nashville, Tennessee at the Animation Y'all Expo. And if you go to animationyall.com, and I'm posting a link in the comments, you can learn more about the expo. And if you scan the QR code on your screen, that'll take you directly to tickets for the Snow Bear screening. Animationyall.com.
Animation, y'all.
And that's February 27th?
21st
21st, sorry.
is the actual screening.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite Disney character?
Yeah, my favorite Disney film is Bambi. And so I just love Bambi.
Bambi's your favorite character?
Yeah,
What's the most difficult character you've ever animated?
the Beast. Animating the Beast was really tough.
You're very close to 150,000 likes.
Hey, there we go.
There's still 1,100 people.
Hey, thanks you guys. Let's see. If you keep hitting those likes, it'll bring more people in.
For those of you who don't know, every streaming on all platforms. Today, like he does on Fridays at 1 o'clock, and there's multiple people monitoring questions on all platforms.
Yeah, we've got a whole room full of folks in here today helping me out. So now we got 4 drawings, and you can see now that movement, it's starting to become a bit more fluid and more defined. You're starting to see the nice fluid arc in the movement. We're always thinking about arcs and dynamics in the posing. And so as she turns, as she comes forward, I'm thinking about those arcs. And the arc is actually coming towards us in 3 dimensions.
And you're halfway 150. You're way past 150.
All right, well, look at this. Here we are. This is, and Dustin, you want to get the focus? This is Simba from The Lion King. This is my original maquette from The Lion King. I created Nala, and I've got her as well, but I thought I'd show you Simba because I also helped out with Simba just a little bit. And so I have a Simba maquette. And once again, these maquettes are made during the process of making the film itself. And each animator uses them as a drawing aid to look at it from different angles and just get a good idea of how to draw the character. Is that vibrating? Was there a call coming in or no? I don't know. I may have just been hearing things. But this is Simba. And this one got painted, obviously. So But this is an original maquette. This was sculpted by Kent Melton, who unfortunately passed away recently. And Kent was just an absolute genius and created some beautiful work for us. And so here you go. Simba from The Lion King. And once we get up to 200,000, why don't we show Nala? I'll show her next. So once again, as I flip the drawings, you can start to see her coming forward. And that, and I try to keep it dynamic. I want the different tilts to the head. See how the head is changing its angle? I want those angle changes because that gives the animation dynamics.
Hi, Aaron. I'm from Berlin and I'm obsessed with your work. The live makes me smile every day.
Oh, thank you. I'm obsessed with working.
Will you be selling these drawings?
Yes, these are going to be available on our website. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/originals, these will be up for sale. There's already some for sale now.
Yeah, there's 3 drawings that are available right now on the website, and the ones he's doing today should be up by tomorrow by about 9 a.m. But if you want to go to creatureartteacher.com/news, you can join our newsletter and you'll get notified as soon as they're live.
Yeah, just to forewarn you, these have been going out, and these have been selling out pretty much as soon as we post them. So, which is why I'm trying to do more to satisfy the demand. And I've got a lot of different drawings. It's not just Nala drawings. I've got, some of my original animal characters, and we've got our polar bear character from Snow Bear, and just a lot of different things.
Rob says, what figure broke the other day? Because they were on the live when we...
Oh, it wasn't a figure. It was my Proco skull, human skull sculpture.
Like 3-inch tall.
Yeah, this one right here.
I got all the pieces. I'm gonna
Yeah, this I knocked it off my shelf. I knocked his teeth out.
Mine's missing a bunch of teeth too.
Aaron's brutal. Knocked his teeth.
Knocked his teeth out.
What's your YouTube?
My YouTube is Aaron Blaze Art.
Yep. Same as the TikTok. Aaron
Yep,
Blaze
they're
Art.
all Aaron Blaze Art.
Why was the beast difficult to animate?
He's complex. There's a lot going on with the beast. And he's not just complex visually, he's complex emotionally. When we're animating, we're not just moving characters around. We're trying to get them to emote. We're trying to get them to come alive, really. And so in order to do that, you got to tap into their personality. They have to become real for you. And so the beast was a complex character. And when you start making them real in your head, it starts getting, you get kind of lost in it.
Does your wife animate?
No.
She's learning.
I'm artistic, but I haven't really gotten into animation. How do you avoid graphic smears?
I don't. Look at my hand.
I think they might mean on the art itself.
Yeah, and that's what I don't. It ends up smeared. It's all over my hands.
So you use
I
it for
erase.
shadow- you use it for shadowing.
I do, but I'll just erase too. And I use a very soft graphite pencil. This is a Mitsubishi Hi-Uni 10B, which is very soft.
Did you set another goal at 2,000? We just flew
200.
200.
I did.
We just flew past it.
So here you go. So here's Nala. This one's not painted, obviously, but this was my character from The Lion King.
He designed and animated her.
Designed her and animated her throughout the film. And once again, these are maquettes that are created as drawing aids for animating. So we would use these, if I had maybe this weird upshot rear 3/4 drawing that I had to do of her, then I could use this maquette to get that angle and at least get kind of a rough, drawing down. And And then over time, after using Maquette like this, it starts to kind of eke its way into your brain, and you can start doing it more and more, from your mind. But this is Nala. You can see I broke her tail at one time. But this is Nala from The Lion King. And when we hit 300,000, why don't we bring out the Raja?
There's still 1,000 people on TikTok.
By the way, I want to let people know that might just be joining us that today's the start of our 12-day of Christmas sale. And for the first day, all of our animal drawing courses are $5 or less. And that's not just Aaron's courses. So David Coleman's animal character design is only $5. And David is an Emmy award-winning character designer. He's a great animal drawing. He's kind of known for his...
Well, he just got done with Mufasa.
Yeah, he just got done being the storyboard artist for Mufasa. He's head of story just finished up head of story on a project at DreamWorks. So we have courses from not just Aaron Blaise. We've got courses from tons of industry professionalals. In fact, over at CreatureArtTeacher.com, we've got over 800 hours of animation lessons, drawings courses, digital courses, traditional media. We've got sculpture, digital sculpture, ZBrush, Procreate, all kinds of stuff. And like I said, right now, all animal drawing courses are $5 or less, including courses from Aaron Blaise, David Coleman, Tim Hodge, and more.
So, when I was in college, one of the things that bothered me was I had several instructors that, they'd been teachers for 30 some odd years, and they really hadn't been in the industry, the illustration industry, for a long time. And they were out of touch. And they were just teaching, they were just kind of phoning it in and teaching in ways that, were antiquated. And so when we started this, I wanted to make sure that we were using relevant, people working in the industry, people that I've been friends with and worked with and still work with to this day. And so that was our motivation behind getting a lot of the people. And I wanted people that are working for substantial studios. And so that's what we've got going on. And so when you get a course from us, you're getting taught by someone that's, they are in the industry working on major films. And there you go. That's our philosophy.
You can at CreatureArtTeacher.com. On TikTok, it's right at the top of the screen on the slide table. That's where you can find all those courses.
CreatureTeacher.com.
And why are you flipping?
I'm flipping the paper so that I can see the movement. I'll show you. So this one that I'm working on, and when I put it in between the two drawings that I'm working between, as I flip the paper, you can start to see that movement. See how the cat's coming up. Nala's coming forward. She's stepping over. And so, but if I'm trying to draw this one and it goes in between, I have to look at this drawing, look at the in-between drawing, and then look at the drawing that's coming after. So I'll flip back and forth like this.
He says, I'm about to do my own short animation for Uni.
Oh, that's great.
How do you pace yourself?
You don't want to burn yourself out, but work while you're enthusiastic. Definitely, and then just don't focus on the entire thing. Focus on the little goals. That's the other thing too. Make little goals, because animation's not it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you got to really take your time. If you start looking at the finish line early on, you're gonna burn yourself out. So, set those small goals. Set your weekly goal. Set a daily goal, a weekly goal, a monthly goal, and then your finish goal. And that's basically how we did Snow Bear.
How did you make Snow Bear?
By hand. The software that I used was TV Paint. It was all drawn by hand on a Cintiq. And one of the great things that also helped me with the pacing of making it was that we live streamed the making of it. And so we've got this really wonderful live stream family that, joined me twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. And we got together, and it was like working at a studio where I got to talk to people. I wasn't living in a vacuum, and which is tough when you're making your own films on your own. So being able to live stream it and have an audience as I drew really made the process really bearable and wonderful, and so that was great.
What kind of paper is that, and how is it being held together?
This is animation paper that I get from cartoonsupplies.com. And it's 80 grain, I think. 80 weight. 80 pound, I should say. Paper.
What size is it? It's 16 field. It's about 17 and a half inches.
Yeah, by 12 and a half inches.
Yeah.
And the pegs at the bottom?
Yeah, and the pegs at the bottom, this is this is an animation disc.
That's what they call Acme style peg.
Yes, and so I'm able to turn it around like this so I can draw at different angles. And there's a light table inside. I don't think I have my light table plugged in. No, it's not plugged in. But I have, it's removable. I've got a light table inside. And I don't use the light table. I like to just see the drawings individually. I don't want to see through them. I can see a little bit of a ghost image through them.
Did you enjoy Once Upon a Studio?
Yes, I did. I loved it.
Your characters were in there, right?
Yeah, and it's nice to see that some of my characters were in there. Yeah, that was cool.
So does each animator get to design their own character?
In 2D, each of the supervising animators did, yes. That's part of the job of a supervising animator, is that you need to help design the characters. That's the tradition.
Yeah, see, in 2D animation, you're cast as an animator, like an actor on a role. So that's your character used as the supervising animator.
Yeah.
You design and animate that character, and then you'll have a team of animators, depending on the size of the role, working underneath of you. Whereas in CG or 3D animation, that's less the case because the model is always going to be accurate because it's a 3D model. So they'll put
And a lot of
different-
times the animators don't draw.
Yep.
Yeah.
In 3D, right?
No, they just don't draw. Yeah.
I mean, in 2D, they always draw.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, in 3D, but some of them don't know how to draw, is what I'm saying.
So then it's all in the rigging. The character's designed ahead of time by someone?
Yes, character designer. So now, back in 3D, in the 3D world, there's the character design department is much more separate than what it was when we were doing it, because the character designers were the animators.
Are you drawing Nala?
I am drawing Nala. Yes, he's the character I drew for the movie. So now when I flip, there's the 5 drawings, and you can see her coming forward. And that is how we would do paper animation. And I would actually probably fill this out with even more drawings to smooth out that action even more. But I wanted to get 5 drawings done because I can flip 5 drawings at a time. And you can see that action of her coming forward. And I purposely really changed the tilt of her head so you can see that head tilt change. Now, once again, these are the 2 drawings that I started with. But I wanted the movement to be much more dynamic. And so I didn't just have her come straight forward. I had her kind of come forward this way. And so by defining this drawing next, by creating those 3, that really defined the action. And then it was a matter of adding the in-betweens to smooth out the action. Like so. Cute little Nala. I love her.
I have a 30-second animation due in a week. Any advice? I'm halfway through.
Stop, get off of TikTok and start drawing.
After the
That's my advice. You're wasting time.
If you flip 5 drawings at a time, why not draw on 25s so you can flip in multiple of 5?
No. I'm still flipping 5 drawings at a time. You're confusing drawings with frame rate. I'm just flipping drawings. So you can see 5 drawings. Frame rate is something completely different. Frame rate is how fast the film goes through the camera and how many drawings you hold, or how many frames you hold for each drawing. Even if these were on 25s, I'd still have 5 drawings in my hand flipping through. It would just be, if I were to play the action, it would just be very slow. Each drawing would be held for about a second.
Wants to know, if I get a job as a maquette artist, would I eventually be able to advance to animator?
They're totally unrelated. Well, no, they're not unrelated, but they're completely different disciplines. So if you get in as a maquette sculptor, there's no line to animation from there. Now, you might be able to talk to an animator and kind of get into the department, but there's no traditional, if you start as a maquette, as a sculptor, you'll end up in the animation department. That doesn't happen. They're different disciplines. Now, you could get in thinking about 3D is a little different because a lot of, sometimes riggers will become animators because those are closely related. I don't know.
For your next animation, can we get an animation of the tiger character of you that you made for your YouTube banner?
Oh, that's right. You guys wanted, they wanted Raja.
What did you set for the next goal for Raja?
300,000?
Okay, so we're at 260.
300,000.
Not talking about Roger per se. Talking about the tiger character you made for your banner. Well, with the low hat.
Oh, keeping a low profile. Yeah.
Oh.
Probably not.
So I want the animation.
No.
Of that.
No,
Too complicated.
too complicated right now.
Too complex.
Yeah, figuring out something like that's a little harder to do.
Oh, also tough. Schmello says, hi.
Hi.
Oh, some people are asking us, a long time ago you mentioned you would tell us the story about getting lost in the Everglades. I'd love to hear that.
That's a long story.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to.
Thanks for bringing that up, Nick.
They keep asking, and now people are going, yeah, we want to hear it. Yeah, we want to hear
You
it.
can give us an abbreviated version.
Well, back in 1982, I was 14 years old, and we went out for a fishing trip. We were going to go up to Vermont, my brother and I, to visit. I was living with my stepfather and my mother, and so we were going to go up for the summer and visit my stepfather. And so my stepfather was a charter captain, and so we went out that weekend to go fishing. And he was, we were going out so that we could have one last fishing trip before we headed up to Vermont. And we went out, and when we came back in the evening, our compass was messed up and we didn't realize it. And so, we were living in Florida and we went out into the Gulf of Mexico. So when you're coming back in the Gulf of Mexico back to land, you're going, you should be going east. And we ended up going south. We were going towards Cuba. And so we weren't getting any closer to land. We were staying parallel with it and just getting, running out of gas is what we were doing. And so we, after a while, we realized, okay, this isn't working. Something's not right here. And so we decided to stop for the night. Our anchor wasn't holding. So we found an old abandoned crab trap, stone crab. And we tied up to that and we slept for the night. And the next day, we decided to follow the sun because the sun would be rising in the east. And so, sure enough, as soon as the sun came up, we were able to see land because we couldn't see land, up until that point. But as soon as we saw land, we ran out of gas. And so we were adrift. But we were still about 30 miles out in the ocean. And so I'm just drawing Beast right now at a weird angle. Thought I'd have him looking up.
It's actually kind of cool.
And so it's it's actually not very accurate. Got to have his shoulders down here. So after a while, we had a sail on our boat, and so we set that up. But because the sail, we didn't have a keel on the bottom of the boat, so the boat was blowing sideways. And so I got out and swam. Little 14-year-old me swam and kept the boat going straight. And I just swam and swam and swam, had a rope over my shoulder. And that we just kept going like that for hours and hours. And but then after a while, my brother saw a couple of sharks swim underneath me. And so my stepfather plucked me out of the water. And so we decided to drop a shark rod into the water. And lo and behold, we got hooked. We hooked into a couple of sharks, and we brought one up onto the bow. And because we didn't know, how we were going to be for food, and so we brought the shark up, and it was thrashing all over the boat. And so I was up on the bow, trying to stay away from the shark, while my brother and father were in the stern. And we just waited for the shark to expire. And after it did, he tossed the shark up onto the bow, where I cleaned it, cut it all up, and we ended up with about 20 pounds of good shark steaks, meat, that was going to help us out if we needed it. And then we just continued to just drift because I couldn't get back in the water. And so after that, I started thinking about our tanks, our tanks of gas. We had 5 different tanks of gas. They were external tanks that as one tank would empty, you'd unhook it. I don't like this drawing. You'd unhook it, and you'd hook up another tank. And so I realized that each tank still had a little bit of gas left in it.
That was the beast, though, right?
That was the beast, yes. I'm going to draw another beast, but not at such a weird angle. I realized that the tanks of gas still had a little bit of gas in them when they went empty. There was still just a few drops. And so I thought, well, if we take 4 of them and drain them into one tank, we'll end up with enough gas to get the motor running again. So that's what we did. And we did, and it started up. And we got pretty close to shore, within a few hundred yards, before it ran out of gas again. And but then we realized we were about 40 miles off course. And so this story goes on forever.
What's funny is you're telling more detail to it than you've ever told before. It used to be like, oh yeah, I got lost in the Everglades and we were drift ashore, and then we went ashore, and then we got found 3 days later.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So then we were found the next day.
Yeah. No, but it was in boat safety week.
Yeah, during boat safety week, and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Martin, I'm going to paraphrase a joke here, but Martin says next time you should just basically say, oh yeah, I've always had trouble learning my alphabet. A, B, and then I get lost at C.
Nice.
Oh, leave it up to good old Martin Berger.
Leave it to Martin.
Leave it to Martin. Forget about Viva, leave it to Martin.
Again, if you're interested in owning any of Aaron's drawings that he's doing today, plus a couple he had done on a previous stream earlier in the week, go to creatureartteacher.com/originals. We've got a couple of drawings up there available for sale, and the ones that he's doing now will be available by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, and if you join our newsletter at creatureartteacher.com/news, you'll get notified when they're available, and you'll also get a free course delivered to your inbox on December 25th. And in that newsletter image that's on your screen right now, you'll see Aaron's character of Snow Bear. And if you've been following along as he's been making his animated film Snow Bear, we recently finished it, and your next opportunity to see it live and in person is going to be at the upcoming Animation Y'all Festival in February. And you can learn more by going to animationyall.com, YALL, and I'll post a link in the comments.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever animated?
Weirdest?
Weirdest.
Oh, that's a interesting question. I don't know. I've never animated anything really weird, I don't think. Uh, hmm.
Oh, did you do a frog or something?
I animated
That's not weird.
I animated a frog character that was trying to escape a French restaurant. And he had a ball and chain around his leg.
That was for a Lost Roger Rabbit short
It was.
that never got finished.
Hair in my soup.
A hair in my soup. Oh.
Was a rabbit pun.
Oh.
Hair in my soup.
Oh.
Ah. And again, today starts the start of our 12 Days of Christmas sale at CreatureArtTeacher.com. We've got all of our animal drawing courses. That's how to draw wolves, how to draw coyotes and foxes, how to draw horses, how to draw birds of prey, how to draw big cats, how to draw bears, animal character design from David Coleman, drawing cartoon animals with Tim Hodge. All of those are $5 or less, including our How to Draw Horses course by Aaron Blaze, which is just $1. And those are yours to keep. Those aren't just like rental or timed courses. We really try to make the site like how we would want it if we were customers of the site.
Juju Baby World on TikTok says, I have a pet bunny.
So do I.
Yeah, we have a pet bunny.
Her name is Bob.
Her name.
Her name is Bob.
Bob.
For Brother Bear, did you get any comments, criticism, and or praise from Native American tribes now that knowing that the movie was based on or inspired by Native American mythology?
I've actually gotten nothing but compliments. Thank yous for representing them. We purposely set it back during a time that we could take some liberties in the legend and the story. So it's back. It's set during the Ice Age. But we've gotten lots and lots of thank yous for representing natives.
You kind of based it on Athabascan.
Yeah,
Athabascan.
Athabascan, Inuit. Yep.
And it's most people might not realize it other than the mammoths kind of give it away, but it's set about 10,000 years ago, right?
Yep. Back when the legends were happening.
What's your most prized possession?
My most prized possession, my family, and I possess them.
Usually when I possess someone, that's my most prized possession.
Rachel Avenger on YouTube says, amazing courses, by the way. I absolutely recommend them.
Oh, thank you.
Is there any piece of art? Is it just for me? Is there any piece of artwork that you have that is like, your favorite piece of artwork?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a milk call drawing. I've got, paintings from my friends. And they all mean a lot to me. I don't have any art that's priceless or anything like that, but I do have, things that have sentimental value to me.
Yes, don't you know ideas?
Maru says, I have the Wolves, Coyotes, and Foxes course. I love it, and I go back to it and watch it a lot for fun, for the fun of it a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a fun one. We've got, all of Aaron's courses, they're not just straight drawing. He also teaches anatomy. He does locomotion in them. They're really,
Yeah, because I'm an animator, I want to teach you not just the drawing of them, but how to animate them and the locomotion, like Nick was saying, and all of that. It goes into the physiology and the posing.
They go deep. But they're also fun. They're not boring. And I say that as someone that has to edit them a lot. So they're enjoyable to watch even when I've had to watch them again and again. Will Snow Bear be up for Oscar consideration?
We're hoping. That's
We
our
hope so.
goal.
It wouldn't be this year, by the way. We're not
Yeah.
submitting for this year's festivals. We're going to be
It's going to be for the Oscars of 2026. So it's going to be out, making its run for 2000 and during 2025. And then if by some stroke of wonderful luck we get nominated, it'll be for the awards of 2026.
Will you be coming to any animation events in the UK next year?
Yes.
Yes, in fact, we're going to be doing, I can say for sure, a screening of Snow Bear in the UK. We just haven't set the dates yet. I would pay a lot of attention to the playgrounds.
Or very attention.
Very close attention is what my brain was trying to
In
come
your
up with.
thoughts, right? In your brain thoughts.
Yep, in my brain thoughts. If you follow Playgrounds, they have an annual event they've been doing in London the last couple of years called In Motion, and I'd say there's a pretty strong likelihood we'll be at the next one.
Yes.
Of that.
What would be your most well known or recognized work?
As a director, probably Brother Bear. As an animator, probably most people are familiar with Beauty and the Beast and the Lion King, so any of my characters I did for that. Yeah, and then our website itself is fairly well known in the online education realm.
Yeah, we're up to 1.2 million subscribers on our YouTube channel, and thank you everybody watching on YouTube and everybody that's subscribed, and we really appreciate you helping us grow that channel over the last 10 years and helping spread the word.
Where did you learn how to animate?
I learned how to animate at Disney, actually. I submitted a portfolio of drawings. I didn't know how to animate, but they were looking for interns. They were looking for people that they could train. The only prerequisite is that you knew how to draw. And so I was 19 years old when I submitted and put together a portfolio of animal drawings and figure drawings, and they were accepted. And so I got into the internship when I was 20, and I trained under Glenn Keane, who was at the time was creating Ariel for The Little Mermaid, and over a course of the summer of 1988, he taught me how to animate.
We got a birthday today on Facebook. It is John Ross's 35th birthday.
You're still a youngster. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I'm just a year behind you.
Was on TikTok, they're asking people in the street, younger people, like, what's old? They're like, well, if you were born before 2000.
Yeah, they're saying what year do you have to be born in order to be considered old? The first girl, she said 1983, and the guy goes, "All right, I'll give you that. That's 41. Okay, that's fine." And I'm like, 1983, come on. And then someone said anytime before 1990, and then the last guy goes, "If you're born in the 1900s." It's like, come on. But he was a teenager, obviously.
I'll just never forget when I was playing with some of my gamer buddies, and some folks were talking about their ages, and the guys were like, "Well, how old are you?" Asking me, and I'm 34. And one of the guys just out goes, "Oh my God, you're old."
That's not
Thanks.
actually that old.
I mean, 1990 is getting there.
Shut
I
up.
mean,
We're like 70s babies.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron's 60.
I was born in the 60s.
You're 1980, right, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm 78, yeah. So. I mean, I usually walk hunched over.
30s is not old.
I've got long gray hair and lots of wrinkles. I can barely.
You ride a broom.
I do ride a broom. I can barely get 5 most days.
There he is. There's our beast.
We're 293,000 likes, so not almost to 300,000. We're gonna bring in Raja.
What are your thoughts on Treasure Planet?
I love Treasure Planet. I know it got a bad rap, but I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the directors even more. Ron Clements and John Musker are really great guys.
Versus the Arts on TikTok says, "Oh my God, at uni, we literally were talking about you today."
Well, thank you.
How many years have you been animating?
I've been animating for 36 years.
What about drawing?
I've been drawing for about 53 years. I started drawing when I was about 2.
Itty bitty baby. Did you ever team up with the Bancroft brothers?
Heck no.
We're going to be
Actually, we're getting together with them in February.
we're
Go
going to
ahead.
be with the Bancroft brothers, which at their expo, which is Animation Y'all. We've got a slide for that, Dustin.
Yeah.
If you go to animationyall.com, it's February 21st through 23rd. If you're on the East Coast or anywhere in the world for that matter, Aaron's going to be there. The Bancrofts are going to be there. Mark Henn is going to be there. There's going to be animators from all over the world, artists from all over the world coming to the Animation Y'all Expo in Nashville, Tennessee, February 21st through 23rd.
I didn't know Mark was going to be there.
Yeah, they announced he was going to be there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Love Mark Penn.
I was wondering if you could draw the eagle from the Rescuers Down Under.
Marahute. No. I don't know how.
You've drawn him in the past, right?
Marahute? No.
Oh, you had.
No, never drawn her.
Marabute.
Or her, sorry.
Marabute. Where is this? I'm in Cali.
You're in Cali? Is that what he said?
Yeah, they're in California. So where are you streaming from?
We're streaming from Florida.
Florida.
Right outside of Orlando.
Sunny Florida.
Florida.
Oh, hit 300.
Do you have an idea of the pose you're going to draw on the next page while you're drawing the first pose?
Always. So here I have him just kind of shifting his gaze. So here is Raja. Here's my maquette of Raja.
A little lower.
Right here.
Thank you.
So with Raja, I struggled for a while to get his design right. And, part of my lecture on creativity and creating, when I talk about creativity, is just having an open mind. Always keep your mind open to, let creativity strike you, because you never know when it's going to happen, or inspiration, I should say. And so with Raja, I was walking down the street one day, and there's a bunch of cars parked along the side of the road, and there was a Jaguar car parked on the next to the curb. And as I was walking by, I happened to look at the hood ornament of the Jaguar, and I was really inspired by its grace and strength and fluidity. And so I kind of took some pictures in my brain, because we didn't have cell phones back then. And I went back to the studio and started drawing, and this is what came out. This is the final design of Raja, and it was approved soon after,
Can you tilt it down just a little bit?
like so.
Yeah. Because we were just getting the chin from this.
Oh, gotcha.
This point of view.
So there he is. I created him for the film, and animated all of him in the film in Aladdin. So this was the very first character that I was ever given to animate as a supervising animator. Well, actually, I wasn't. I was a lead animator on him because I didn't have anyone to actually supervise. I animated the entire character.
Do it back a little.
So if you've seen Raja in Aladdin, that's all Aaron's work.
Yep. So there it is.
And you also did some of Jasmine, right? Like
I did a little bit of Jasmine.
There's
in the
a
film.
famous shot of her brushing her hair and twirling around. You did that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Stuff out on the balcony. A little
Did
bit.
some of Aladdin too, right?
A tiny little bit of Aladdin. Yeah.
On the balcony, right?
On the balcony. Yeah. Is where he was going. Shoo, shoo, good kitty. So there you go. There you go, Mama.
I got him.
Again, if you go to creatureartteacher.com, we have over 800 hours of art and animation lessons available. If you want to learn, we have a course on paper animation if you want to learn to do paper animation. But Aaron also works digitally, so he does lots of animation in TV Paint. He works on a Cintiq. You might be watching him drawing, on paper now and think that that's all he does. But we have courses on digital painting in Photoshop. In fact, he's got an Art of book that's for sale. Let me see if I can find volume 2 here.
We just had it. I just had it the other day.
I know, I've only seen volume 1.
Right here. It's up here.
That's the birds.
Oh, I thought it was right there underneath the thing.
Nope. Hold on one second. I'll find it.
It's in the bottom shelf. Bottom. It was in there. Do you remember where you put the volume 2 book, Vedanta?
Yes, right here.
Oh, on the shelf. So again, yeah, Aaron doesn't just work traditionally, he works digitally as well. And this course is available, or this book is available for sale. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/books, we've got signed copies available, and there's still time if you're in the US
Watercolor right here.
there's still time to get them for holiday delivery. And we actually recently added express shipping options for international customers as well. So if you want to get one in time for the holidays, go to creatureartteacher.com/books.
I actually did this painting in Africa, out on the savannah. When I got back to camp, we had seen this leopard, and I did this painting of the leopard when we got back to camp. So all of these images in here hold some really fun memories. And the other thing too, a lot of the digital paintings in here, which most of them are digital paintings, a lot of my animal drawings, character designs, I've got traditional in here as well. But in the back, you're going to see QR codes for a lot of the images. And if you click on them, they'll take you to my process videos for each image. So there's the making of a lot of these paintings in the book. So it's really cool. This is our second volume, like I said. I'm really, honored to be able to share all these with you. A lot of these were live streams. There's a big watercolor from the same trip. There's some from Snow Bear. Some images from Snow Bear made it into the book. These are pre-production and production drawings. But lots and lots of different, this is some of my field paintings, drawing and painting in Hawaii, up in the sequoias. Here's a watercolor from Wyoming of pronghorn antelope. Lots of different things. So go on over to creatureartteacher.com and you'll get it signed.
And you can get prints you of some of the artwork, correct?
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go to creatureartteacher.com/books and you can get that book. It's a nice hardcover art coffee table book, and you can have it in time for Christmas. There's still time. creatureartteacher.com. It's .com.
So here, what I'm doing is I'm having his eyebrow kind of come up. See his eyebrow kind of cock up a little bit. And then it's a little surprise, like, huh? Like he hears something.
And then if you have time, Aaron, we are definitely still getting requests for Coda and Kenai,
Oh, okay.
if you feel like it. YouTube question. Hey, Aaron, does 2D design fundamentals play a role in character design? And when, by any chance, are you going to upload a video on Big Cat's snout, the cross-section, I mean? It isn't quite clear in your course.
It's not?
Yeah, he
Well,
does a
then-
whole video on that in there.
Yeah, there's... I'm hoping you can get that from what I put in there.
I think he's saying the cross-section of the snout. But you've done demos on that in past lives, too, so... Check out the there's a chapter on noses in there.
On Moses?
No, Moses, yeah.
Moses.
Little Wolf says Beast is my favorite character and you draw him so well. Well, Aaron was one of the animators of the Beast in the original Beauty and the Beast film. If you didn't know. So he's had to draw him thousands of times.
Knowledge is power.
Would you say it's difficult to learn how to animate?
Yep. it's really hard. It's a lifelong endeavor, trust me. But I've loved every minute of it.
Someone is requesting, we'd also love to see a new Procreate Dreams video on the YouTube channel. So maybe we'll do some more demos of that in the future.
There's a course as well on Procreate Dreams.
Yeah, we do. We have a course on Procreate Dreams. Go to creatureartteacher.com/dreams, and that course is on sale.
So it's just kind of shifting his head. You can see that little turn in the head.
The last Disney film you worked on?
I worked on several films that never made it out into the theaters. But the last one that I worked on that was finished as a director actually was Brother Bear.
But then,
But I've consulted on other films, Bolt
did
and.
you work on Romeo and Juliet for a while?
No, that's right. I was one of the directors. Yeah, I directed Romeo and Juliet for a little while before I left the project and went on to a different one.
He was also directing a film called King of the Elves.
Yeah, that one didn't make it.
Didn't get finished, and that happens a lot. Actually, a lot of people don't realize that more films get announced and not made than get finished. So
That's
there's
the
al-
movie you never made.
there's always a variety of films in development at various stages. And sometimes, they don't all go through for all kinds of reasons. Sometimes, at a lot of companies, it'll be because there's a regime change and, a whole new group of executives come in and they're like, we want to start over and do new stuff. So
Well, that was one of the reasons why I didn't finish Romeo and Juliet. It was because Pixar came in and I was able to go back to a different film that I was working on, which was King of the Elves.
Is it more difficult to animate a character when you're doing the whole body?
Oh yeah, I mean there's if I'm doing a shot where it's just head and shoulders, then it's the facial is the most important part, and that's difficult in its own right. So every state has its difficulties. Man, that light's right in my eyes.
Zanji's on, by the way.
Hey Zanji.
And Martin wants to know, will Ronnie ever do any more courses at Creature Our Teacher? I love his wood projects. I built a box for my wet oil paintings inspired by his oil painting in the field course.
Yes, I'm sure we'll get more stuff from Ronnie at some point.
His average turnaround time is 3.7 years per course. So, no, I'm kidding. His last course, it was well worth it, but it took a little while to get it finished. So, hopefully, I'm sure he's actually really knee deep on his painting career right now. He's working on a one-man show about his mermaids. I know Martin. If you guys don't follow Ronnie Williford, I'll put his name in the comments. You should. He's an amazing painter, and we're really lucky to have him as a teacher at
Watch out for
CreatureOurTeacher.com. Oh, she's blocking the light. Oh, I should have given her a hand. I didn't realize what she was doing. Did you get it?
I'm a change.
Yes.
Oh, not quite.
Still. I could just duck down. There it is.
For some behind-the-scenes action that you can't see, Vedanta has just propped a board into a window because
That was perfect.
The light
That
was
was perfect.
blinding Aaron right in the face. And that problem is now solved.
I'm pretty much a genius.
If you had done it the other way, it would literally look like a giant bear was looking at him through the window.
Oops. I failed.
Does 2D design, just following back up on that question, does 2D design fundamentals play a role in character design?
Yeah, always. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So there we are. He's turning his head. You can see that little shift in his gaze and a little broadening of the expression. So I'll tie this down a little bit.
What are these drawings for?
For you guys, I'm drawing them as demonstrations.
Yes, and if you want to own one of these, you can go to creatureartteacher.com/originals. We've got a couple of Aaron's drawings up there still. The vast majority have sold out, but these ones that he's drawing today, we will be posting by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So go to creatureartteacher.com/originals. And if you want to be the first to know when they're on sale, sign up for our newsletter by going to creatureartteacher.com/news.
And that's 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes, I'm sorry,
Here
9
in the
a.m.
United
Eastern
States.
time, which is GMT -5. For those that go off of GMT time, Greenwich Mean Time.
Any tips on drawing proportions?
You know, proportions are always tough, getting the right proportion, all of that. Just constantly, one of the things I've learned about proportions is if it looks right, it is right. I'm vibrating here. I don't know if that means anything, but
Yeah, I was trying to cut
We got to remember to put do not disturb on when we're.
yeah.
you. Oh, yeah.
Was it a spam?
Yeah.
Again, I want to know. Just imagine how difficult it is if you work at the company that makes spam to get any business done. No one's
Calling.
No one's answering your phone calls. No one's returning your emails. You're just trying to sell delicious potted meats. And you can't get any work done.
For some reason, I feel like they have no problem selling the product.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know.
It's spam calling again.
Are there any plans to work with Terrell Whitlatch on a creature design course? I have her book and saw some of comments from Aaron in there.
Yes,
we do.
it is our goal to get her for sure.
Yep. We've talked to her about it, and it's just a matter of lining up the schedule.
Which character would you say is your least favorite to draw?
Out of all the characters I've done, I don't have one that's least favorite because I love them all.
The one you probably draw the least is probably either Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah, and Pocahontas.
You don't ever drop them.
Pocahontas, yeah, I never draw her. I to be honest with you, I don't remember how to draw her, and she was very difficult to draw.
What are some of the shots in Pocahontas that you animated?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
We'll have to go through that movie.
Nothing that really was super standout. The only thing that was really cool was that the cell, the reproduction cell that they decided to give the crew was my shot. So that was
So
nice.
that's one you have?
Yeah, that was my shot
nice.
in the film.
Do you like art college or studio art? Oh, sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess what they're asking is this for like a college that you're doing this for, or is this just a studio?
No, it's just to train you guys. I'm showing you guys how I animate on paper, and I'm just doing this as a demonstration. This isn't for anything in particular other than showing you the way we used to do it back in the old days.
So right now at creatureartteacher.com, we've got over 800 hours of art education courses, and we like to think that they're college level or better. But we've also got something for all ages. So whether you're a beginner or an intermediate artist, there's something there on there for you too. We've got younger people take our courses. We really go ages 8 to 80, but most of our audience, I would say,
But not 81.
not 81. No, literally, that's the cutoff. But anyway, go to creatureartteacher.com, check out our courses. And in fact, we've got the 2 best deals of all time going on at Creature Art Teacher right now. We've got Aaron Blaze's Animation Mega Bundle, which includes over $500 worth of courses for less than $50. And that's a kind of, if you're familiar with Humble Bundle or anything like that, that works the same way. So the more of those we sell, the more courses we're adding, and we're 95% of the way towards adding the next unlock to that. And we've also got the lifetime membership plan is back on sale for a limited time. That's one price, gets you everything on the website, plus everything we release in the future forever. And I also should let you know that our annual plans are on sale. And those plans, the annual and lifetime membership plans, get you access to our live workshops that we do a couple times a year for free. So you can purchase tickets to those, but if you're a member, they're included for free.
The virtual live, right?
Yep, and we're about to announce our next one coming up soon. So it's a great time to get a membership. The memberships easily pay for themselves.
We try to make it that way for sure.
Would you have liked to work on the movie Brave?
Yeah, I feel like I kind of did.
You mean somebody turned into a bear?
A bear?
A bear. You
A
said?
bear? A bear?
Transformation. Transformations is kind of a Disney staple, isn't it?
Yeah, except that was Pixar.
Oh, it
yeah.
is.
In the beginning, you wanted to work on in the National Geographic Channel, right? What happened?
No, the National Geographic magazine. There was no National Geographic channel back then. I wanted to be a staff illustrator for National Geographic, and they freelanced everything. They didn't have staff positions, and so I needed to kind of refigure what I wanted to do. And I was actually getting ready to put my portfolio with not just Disney but also Hallmark cards. I was putting my portfolio together for them. So if I hadn't gotten into with Disney, I'd be doing. If I'd gotten to the other job, I'd be doing greeting cards right now. Or at least 35 years ago, I would have been.
Someone just asked a question, so I want to answer it about the lifetime membership plans. Yes, they can be sent as a gift to people. And also, we offer a buy now, pay later option on that. That's regional, so depending on what country you're in, it all works through PayPal, so you might or might not have it available to you. But if you go to creatureartteacher.com and click on the lifetime membership plans, there's a button that's a gray button that says buy now, pay later. So check it out.
Now, for these drawings, will you ever scan them in color though?
No, not these. No.
You know, if you were working on a paper animated short or
Yeah, if I was doing a paper animated film, then I would. But these are just, I'm doing these as a demonstration.
Would you say it's more difficult to draw humans than animals? I certainly have struggled more with human faces and bodies.
Yeah, there's definitely an element to that. Everything, they all present their own challenges, which is, proportion and anatomy and all of that.
What about human animals?
Yeah, there's those too. Like this guy right here,
A human animal.
like the Beast. One thing about the Beast is that, he's a mixture of all different kinds of animals, but his eyes are meant to always be human. His humanity is in his eyes. So there's two there.
Some from Brother Bear next.
Dorothy says, but I'm going to be older than 80 by the time my lifetime membership expires.
So there's two Beast drawings, and you can see, this is how I would do two key drawings. These are probably more drawn. They're more tied down than I would do for the film, because I would have assistants that would come through and redraw.
I just went to Tokyo Disneyland, and the Beauty and the Beast ride was so cool.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know there was a Beauty and the Beast ride at Tokyo Disneyland.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's not so cool,
It's so random.
No,
Actually, you know what? Actually, now that I think about that, I think they're putting a Beauty and the Beast ride. No, I thought they were going to be putting it at Epcot, but no, they put the France ride in, or the Ratatouille ride in at Epcot. So
You okay? So there you go. He's taking that looking over to the right.
Set the West Wing.
What's the difference between drawing human eyes versus animal eyes?
Shape and the white of the eyes. For those of you that didn't see earlier, this is the Nala drawings. These are the Nala drawings that I did, showing a little bit of animation, her coming forward. There we go. I know we were getting some requests for Brother Bear. I'd like to kind of put a rest to the Disney drawings for a little bit. I'll do some snow bear. I'll do a snow bear drawing next.
or maybe one of your
What's that?
stylized animals like you were doing before.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good idea.
Animals.
Imitables. How about just a bear in general? A totally new, made-up bear?
Any thoughts on wolf walkers?
I love wolf walkers. Matter of fact, I helped contribute a very little bit to it.
Yeah, if you watch the credits of Wolfwalkers, Aaron's name is right there.
It's right there.
Yeah, I went to Ireland and actually did some lectures on wolf locomotion.
When you used to work at Disney, did you have a quota to draw so many drawings per day to reach your quota? Was that stressful for you, if so?
It could have been. It was sometimes, yes.
You were usually ahead of your quota.
I was usually ahead, and it really wasn't. It wasn't difficult to do if you just kept your butt in your seat. A lot of guys, socialized a lot, and would miss their quotas.
Did the crinkles in the paper show when the frames were being photographed or filmed? Did the paper stacks need pressing before being exposed?
No, they didn't need pressing, and they didn't show. They were able to light them in ways so that they didn't show up.
Did you animate the scene where the wolves were attacking the beast?
No, but I animated the scene after that where she's bandaging him.
And let them come.
Yep, that one too.
Do you have any recommendations on sites to use for reference images? It's hard to find good resources online that aren't such poor quality.
Yeah, creatureartteacher.com.
We have a bunch of animal reference, animal photography reference photo packs that are mostly shot by Dustin over here. And those are all on sale. They're not free, but they're high quality. There's other, if you're looking for human reference, what was the one that we were using, Aaron?
Humans in Motion.
Humansinmotion.com.
I think that's what it is.
Let me double check it again. It's not free, but it's a great resource.
Also, taking Dustin's photography course and then
No, it's not.
recording your own reference, right?
Yeah, actually, shoot as much of your own reference as you possibly can. And that's part of what Dustin's wildlife photography course is designed to do. That's a great point. Speaking of which, we've got 2 new courses for sale that are 50% off. Dustin Blaze's Introduction to Wildlife Photography and Woody Woodman's Figure Drawing for Animation.
Dustin, you worked really hard on that course.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun on that one.
It's not Humans in Motion. I'll see if I can find it.
And and it's great for all levels of photography, going through from the basics to some more advanced stuff. There's something for everybody.
This is like a pudgy bear.
Yep, that's what I'm drawing.
Pudgy bear. He loves money.
This guy's just kind of a made-up bear. Thinking of trying to channel Tug. Tug from Brother Bear.
The big one at the end.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan's character. This isn't quite right, but it's kind of channeling it.
Inspired by it.
Yeah.
He's definitely bulking up for the winter.
Any tips on how to understand and animate correctly the locomotion of quadruped animals?
Yes, I've got a whole course on quadruped animation.
And it's part of our animal drawing sale. It's only $5 right now.
Yes, and it's really understanding the mechanics, the way that they move. Matter of fact, we're going to be releasing this month. We'll be putting out a reference pack on video reference pack on animal locomotion.
And that reference pack will be part of our 12 Days of Christmas sale, which day 1 is happening right now, which is our animal drawing courses for $5 or less, including the 4-leg animation bundle, which I just posted a link in the comments, and that animal locomotion video reference pack will be later in the month. You'll be able to purchase it a la carte, or if you become a member to our website, it's included free.
Can you draw a hyena? This person was on our lives for the last few lives on TikTok. They were requesting it.
Oh,
Do you know how to draw a hyena?
not off the top of my head. I need some reference.
I know you've drawn hyenas before.
I have. I just need reference.
And is there any date of when the 3D animation course is going to come out?
That's going to be soon. I've actually got a call with the instructor on that later today because we had a little bit of back and forth with the editing process. We're cleaning something up. So that'll be out as soon as possible.
Because I think you don't have any 3D animation yet, right?
Nope.
You have the first one.
This will be the first one.
By the way, that website, and thank you, Erica, for sending this, and I'm going to post it in the comments now, the reference website, going back to earlier, it's Bodies in Motion.
Bodies in Motion. That was it.
Dot photo. It's not .com. So it's
Okay.
bodiesinmotion.photo. It is a great reference.
Yeah, we use it all the time.
Yeah.
There's models, there's like models on there, right?
Yeah,
It really is,
It's
yeah.
actually fantastic.
When you were doing your figure drawing and courses and gesture drawing, it was
Yeah.
a huge reference.
Who would decide what color to color the drawings of a Disney film?
The art director, the color stylist, together, and then the colors vary from shot to shot as well because the lighting changes and that sort of thing. So you had different color models for different situations.
It's quite a cute bear.
Well, I think this is going to be my last drawing.
Oh no, not your last drawing.
Actually my last drawing ever. So it's going to be worth a lot.
Very tiring.
Officially retiring.
Don't tease.
Hey, it could be his last. You never know. So go to creatureartteacher.com/original.
That's very, that's very quickly. So even if you retired, you never stop drawing. Like from,
Oh, no.
if you retired.
I draw for fun.
He draws in his sleep.
He could lose both of his arms in a terrible accident and learn how to draw with his teeth.
Mhm.
God, you guys are just really, yeah. Okay.
And a horrible schmelting accident.
Incident gold member. I love gold. Would you like a smoke and a pancake? Justin Wilson says, "Great segue, Nick."
This may be. That.
Facebook question. I know James Baxter did Rafiki on The Lion King, but did he also animate any of the Scar scenes, Aaron?
No, not that I know of. I don't think he did.
Scar was mostly done by Andreas, correct?
Yes. There were other Scar animators. I'm just not sure who they were. We didn't have any in Florida.
You did some of the fight between Scar and Simba, right?
I think I did one or two shots, very little, and I was animating Simba.
It's the shot where he goes, "You don't deserve to live."
Yes, that's right.
In your opinion, which is a better book, Illusion of Life or Animation Survival Kit? Animator Survival Kit.
I think to be honest with you, I think the Animation Survival Kit, just from a practical usage standpoint, is probably better.
Yeah, Illusion of Life isn't strictly instructional.
It's not.
It's but it's an amazing book. I mean,
Yeah, it really talked about their days, really kind of inventing. What's interesting is the survival handbook is based on what they talk about in the Illusion of Life because they were the ones that created it. They were the ones that created the techniques.
Will all of these drawings you've done today be for sale?
Yes, they will be. By tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. at creatureartteacher.com/originals, these will be up for sale.
and if you want to be the very first to know when they're live, join our newsletter at creatureartteacher.com/news. Dustin, you want to throw up the slide?
Yes.
creatureartteacher.com/news. We've got that URL on the screen, and there's also a QR code there you can scan. Not only will you be the first to know when these courses go live, but on December 25th, you're going to get a free gift in your inbox. It's going to be a brand new class that Aaron recently filmed. It's never been before available. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, when you sign up for our newsletter, you get a bunch of free stuff right away. We've got Aaron's digital sketching brushes. He's got his cloud brushes. There's some cool scale brushes, all kinds of stuff like mermaid scale type stuff and textures. And we never ever sell email addresses. So we'll only let you know about our sales and news that we've got going on. And we've got a lot of stuff planned for the newsletter. In fact, as part of next year, we're planning a course, a weekly course where new videos are going to be available each week in the newsletter.
You're nuts. This guy looks like he would totally not eat me. We would be buddies.
He's full.
Yeah, he's already full.
You just be like, I just want a cuddle.
What a cutie pants. Yeah, he's like, let's just cuddle.
One of the keys to, and I've got a whole course on character design, but one of the keys to appealing designs is making sure that your designs are not even. So what I mean is, areas of detail against areas of broad, quiet areas. And so, if you look at like even just his muzzle, he's got the giant chin, in comparison to the smaller muzzle, the smaller eyes and head in comparison to the big jowls. I made sure not to let anything get really even in this design, and it pushes it toward being more interesting. And when something is interesting, it's appealing.
David asks, is it okay to be listening to music while drawing?
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Now, it can be tricky when you're animating,
Yeah.
but only during certain
And
phases.
the only reason I don't do it because I can't. It's too distracting. If I had the ability to do it, I would. But I don't have the ability to listen to music while I'm animating, like the initial
Time.
steps of like trying to figure out the dialogue and the acting and all that. Once I have that all figured out, then yeah, I go on autopilot and I just start listening to my favorite tunes.
Yeah, when he's doing his breakdowns and in between drawings, once he's already figured out the timing, he'll absolutely listen to music. And just like doing a single drawing, like a portrait or a painting, or like you're doing now, if we weren't streaming, you'd totally be listening to music.
Yeah, exactly. And the folks that were on my live stream, our live stream family, they'll let you know because we listen to music every day. They had to put up with my musical 70s tastes.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things about those members only streams that we do. Which if you become a lifetime, annual, or monthly streaming member, you get access to those. Those are a little more intimate. So we can play, they're not public, so we can play music, we can talk about stories, that we might not do on a public stream.
Aaron puts on a smoking jacket.
I put on my smoking jacket.
They're more intimate, yes. Come closer.
Come in.
Hello there.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
I've got a canapé.
What was his character? Was that Christopher Walken's
I think it
character?
was Christopher Walken on SNL.
Yeah,
He's like,
the Continental.
The Continental, that's what it was. I couldn't remember the name
I
of it.
didn't see that.
Prince Green
Wow,
says,
that's a wild
keep up the
flower.
traditional work, man.
Thank you. I will.
Is there a course about humanoid animal characters standing on two legs, feet walking, etc., like different run cycles from different angles, like anthropomorphic animals?
No, I don't have a course specifically on that, but my design, when I talk about character design, it's the same type of design principles applied to that.
It's a good idea for a future video.
It is.
Do you think that Disney will make a 2D animated film again? I would say yes, eventually it'll happen.
Probably.
We don't know
never
of any.
say never.
I know it's good for them.
I don't know that it'll ever be mainstream from the studio standpoint for making them. I don't think they'll ever do it as part of their everyday practice. But like you said, never say never. If we have the ability to bring it back, we will.
Someone just asked, will I get access to that exclusive course if I'm already subscribed to the newsletter? Yes, you will. You don't have to unsubscribe and resubscribe or anything like that. If you sign up, if you're already a member of the newsletter, or if you sign up between now and December 25th, you'll get that. Is this a certain species of bear in particular that you're drawing?
In my mind, he's a big grizzly bear, but not really. I mean, he could be grizzly. He could be black bear.
We should. Do we have the bear skull,
Is
Andy?
that a needed
Yeah,
eraser?
they're out on the flat files. Yes, this is a kneaded eraser.
Where would one acquire a needed eraser?
You can get them on Amazon or any art store.
Any art store like Michael's?
Kneaded spelled Knead,
Like
not Need.
like kneading bread.
So this is going to be hard to see because it's so big. This is a grizzly skull. This is a grizzly bear skull. Replica, yes. This is from Bone Clones. It's a beautiful cast. But, you know, whenever I teach an animal drawing course, I start with these skulls and talk about the underlying structure, bone structure. We talk about the musculature. And then I talk about what goes over the top of it all. And then on top of all that, once we understand the real bears, in this case, then we start doing caricatured characters. But we use reality as our basis. And so that's what we did with Lion King. We did it with Brother Bear. We brought bears into the studio. We try to learn as much as we can about the real thing. And then you extrapolate from that. You pull from it. You exaggerate. You caricature. And you create the characters for the films. And that's what we did. So there is him. What's the bottom jaw? So that's the last drawing right there. There he is, our little grizzly bear. So there's that. Let's go through them. So there's our grizzly bear drawing. And here's our beast drawings that we did today. Right here. You can see that animation as he turns his head. Huh? Huh? What? Huh? 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 There he is. And then we've got Nala right here. We got quite a few drawings of her coming forward. There she is coming forward. And you can see that head tilt. Once again, when I animate, I try to think of that character three-dimensionally. How is that character turning in space? So I'm always thinking about the angles and the three-dimensionality of that character. And it makes it more dynamic and more believable. Here's one that I started with today, early on when we did our member stream, this little dog character, or just a dog, that we filmed yesterday running through the park, this Doberman Pinscher. And there's a leopard character we drew earlier. We had a fun day of drawing. Holy cow, we've done a lot. And then last but not least, we've got this lion character that we scribbled out. I'm flipping back and forth between those two. It almost kind of works.
Looks kind of suspicious.
Got the look of
Don't be suspicious.
Josie asks, where would you recommend that I start on your course, on your website? There's so many courses, videos, books, and so on. It's a bit overwhelming for me.
You know, I would start with some of our drawing courses, the basics of drawing. If you're new to art, Ronnie Williford's got a great introduction to drawing. My human anatomy course, my character design course. I think those are good starting points.
Also, depending on your interest, you know, the animal drawing courses can be a great,
Yeah,
great way to.
right. And if you're interested in animation, my introduction to animation is a good place to start because I literally start with the fundamentals.
Of like the bouncing ball.
The bouncing ball, the flour sack,
Yeah, that course.
run cycle, walk cycle, all of that.
Yep.
So, start with those and see where it takes you. There's our Nalas. And then once more, our beast drawings. Huh?
And again, I want to let people know These drawings will be available by 9 a.m. tomorrow at creatureartteacher.com/originals. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/originals, in fact, we've got some drawings up there right now for sale. And if you order soon, you can get them in time for Christmas. So whether they're for yourself or for a friend or a loved one, creatureartteacher.com/originals. And if you join our newsletter, you'll be the first to know when they're available. And you'll also get a bunch of free gifts as well.
We see the dog again?
Gifts, GIFF.
Someone wants to see the dog again real quick. Is that possible?
Oh, the dog? Yeah. Yeah.
These are the last drawings that he's ever going to make ever again. Be sure to get
Yeah,
them.
there's the dog drawing, and I'll be doing more dogs. I want to do a live stream where we do just dogs. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, everyone loves dogs.
Do some fun little dog characters.
Have you ever the bunny online?
No, I haven't. I should.
Bob.
Bob,
Brr, 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 brr.
the rabbit.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out our 12 Days of Christmas sale. We're going to have new deals every day. Today is day one. We've got $5 or less on all animal drawing courses. That's courses by Aaron, courses by David Coleman, courses by Tim Hodge. Check it out. $5 or less, including a $1 How to Draw Horses class.
Well, there you go, guys. Actually, I want to get the little highlight. Just one more thing.
Aaron goes live on every Friday, publicly at 1 o'clock on all platforms. But if you put notifications on TikTok, you get notified right away when he goes live on here.
Same on YouTube.
Or
And if you have our mobile app, the Creature Art Teacher app, we send out a push notification when we go live as well. And that's the best way to know.
There you go. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We had a blast. I love drawing. Go on out there and do some drawing and put some beauty back in the world, because we definitely need it.
We need a lot of it.
Yep. And I will see you guys next Friday. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Cowboy Bebop.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.